Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. So, if you've been following along with your A1 Spanish curriculum, you might have noticed a really subtle but honestly brilliant shift in how the language is being presented to you. Today, we're zeroing in on units 8 through 11. We're going to explore how this curriculum is specifically designed to organically expand your world. Think about it. We start in the most intimate space imaginable, your home. And then, step by step, we learn to navigate the broader daily life of the neighborhood and our own personal routines. It's a fascinating structure, and understanding exactly how it's built is absolutely crucial, because knowing this will actually help you learn the material that much faster.
Okay, let's dive into this roadmap. First, the expanding world of Spanish. Second, describing your immediate home. Third, expressing your personal tastes. Fourth, exploring your neighborhood and routine. And finally, number 5, the active learning approach.
All right, part 2, describing your immediate home. Now, what's really interesting here is how the workbook ditches those dry, boring lists of nouns. Instead, it literally forces you to play detective. In this classic spot the difference exercise, you aren't just reading the word for table or armchair. No way. You have to actively formulate phrases describing where these objects are in relation to one another. So you're pulling up prepositions like al lado de, meaning next to, right alongside your living room furniture vocabulary. By figuring out that, hey, el niño está al lado del sillón in one picture, but he's al lado de la mesa in the other, your brain is connecting spatial logic with the new nouns, and that cements them deeply into your memory. So, moving on from spatial relationships, the curriculum shifts into categorizing. And notice how the vocabulary is logically grouped by specific rooms. The bedroom or dormitorio gives us cama, mesilla, armario, and estantería. The kitchen or cocina introduces the frigorífico. You know, this isn't just random. Grouping items this way provides a highly structured mental filing system. When you walk into your own bathroom, your brain is already prompted to retrieve the baño file containing lavabo, ducha, and bañera. It's all about context. And right after establishing those nouns, the curriculum layers in these essential opposite adjectives. Because you don't just learn a house, you learn a pequeña house versus a grande one. Is the apartment interior or exterior? Is the furniture antigua or moderna? By tackling these adjectives in contrasting pairs, you effectively double your descriptive power in half the time. It really gives life and specificity to the nouns you just mastered.
Moving right along to Section 3, expressing your personal tastes.
So the crucial point here is understanding the infamously tricky verb gustar. We use it to talk about our tastes, but gustar doesn't behave like the English verb to like. Actually, scratch that. It's almost the exact opposite. The action aligns with the object that is pleasing, not the person experiencing the feeling. So when you say, me gustan los gatos, structurally what you are actually saying is, cats are pleasing to me. Because gatos is plural, the verb becomes gustan. Grasping this core mechanic instantly unlocks your ability to express exactly who you are and what you care about in Spanish. It's a real game changer.
But hey, to say what you like, you need things to like, right? That is where our vocabulary expansion comes in. This simple visual word search game introduces free time vocabulary. Words like teatro for theater, bailar for dancing, and cine for the cinema. The puzzle format keeps your brain actively engaged while you acquire the exact nouns and verbs you need to attach to those newfound feelings of liking or disliking something.
Actually, let me pause for a second and just ask you directly. ¿Te gusta estudiar español? Think about how you'd formulate your answer using the grammar rule we just covered. Whether your answer is an enthusiastic, sí, me gusta mucho, or, maybe something a bit less enthusiastic after a long study session, you are actively processing the structure by applying it to your own reality right now. Okay, let's head into Section 4, exploring neighborhood and routine. Now we are ready to step outside the front door. Looking ahead at Units 10 and 11, you can conceptually see the culmination of this entire learning block. Lección 10 tackles mi barrio, your neighborhood, public schedules, and the weather. Then Lección 11 brings us to un día normal, a normal day. Your world as a learner is expanding outward, and it requires you to use absolutely everything you've learned so far to navigate public spaces and manage your time. Let's move on and see how this all builds into a complete daily timeline. By Unit 11, a normal day completely relies on scaffolding. Think about it. In the morning, you wake up in your dormitorio, utilizing Unit 8's house vocabulary. In the afternoon, you're navigating the barrio and talking about public schedules, which is Unit 10. And then in the evening, you talk about enjoying your personal gustos, like going to the cine or teatro, utilizing Unit 9. Every single previous lesson is the foundation for the next one. It's like a giant puzzle coming together. Which brings us to our final section, number 5, the active learning approach. And this brilliantly illustrates the actual pedagogical design of the exercises we've been unpacking. The journey always moves from passive recognition to active, structured communication. Step 1, you play a vocabulary game, like a word search, just to recognize the words. Step 2, you do a matching exercise to connect strict grammar rules to that new vocabulary. And finally, step 3, you are thrust into a real-world application where you literally have to generate the language yourself. Because the ultimate goal of that 3-step journey is real-world application. For example, the student is asked to read a personal ad from a girl named Monse who likes sports, music, and the cinema, and they have to actually write an email back to her. You aren't just filling in blanks anymore, you're playing matchmaker with your new vocabulary. You are synthesizing the whole shebang to connect with another real person. To wrap up our explainer today, I want to leave you with a challenge that brings our entire journey full circle. ¿Cómo es tu casa ideal y qué te gusta hacer allí? What is your ideal house like, and what do you like to do there? Try writing down a few sentences combining the vocabulary of the home with your own personal tastes. Because at this point, you aren't just memorizing words anymore. You are building a completely new version of your life entirely in Spanish. So what will your new world look like?